Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles. This is today's very hard difficulty level puzzle, so this might take a while. And it's called Mounting Pressure by Blashurik or something like that. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every box. Between lines. Digits along a gray line must be strictly between the digits in the attached circles. So what that means is that these three digits must be between these two circles. Same with these three digits. These three digits must be between these two circles. These two digits must be between these two circles. So for a valid example of this would be, so for example, you could have 3, 6, and 7, and this would be 2 and 9, right? Because 3, 6, and 7 are between 2 and 9. However, you could not have a 1 there because 1 is not in between 2 and 9. So that's the example of what a between lines means. And that's all the rules you got. And we only have one digit. So this is gonna probably be very tough. We'll see how this works. Anyways, if you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so this is going to be kind of tough. Let's see. So we know for sure 1 and 9 can never be in any of the in-between lines, right? So we can color in potentially areas where 1 and 9 can be. So those are all valid. Everything in box 8 is valid. These are not. These are valid. These cannot be. Ah, we got one here. That's interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay, so one interesting thing. This digit cannot obviously be between any of these, right? Because it can't be between itself and something else because it's the same digit. So it has to be here. Same with this. This one cannot be in between here, so it has to be one of those. So we know, and this is the same because this is matching. So this has to be one of those two. And this has to be one of those two. What does that mean? This one. So this could be 4. If that's 4, this would have to be 9. Hmm. Uh, okay. We know 1 and 9 have to be either here or here. I mean, I guess it could be here. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, let's color the places where 1 and 9 could be, right? So 1 and 9 could be here or here. or here, or the entire top row. I'm not sure if that's helpful. It could also be one of these, or one of these. Or it could be in the entire top row, as I said. It could also be one of these. It could be the entire fourth row, entire top row, entire bottom row. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's say both of these numbers are not 1 through 9, right? So at minimum, it would have to be like 2 and 8 and 2 and 8, right? Where can the 2 and the 8 be? Right? The two, say, okay, so one of these is 2 and 8, the other one is 2 and 8. Let's just assume that. So say if this was 2, this would have to be 8. So the 2 would have to be here. But this can't be, because then this would be 2 and 8. Right? So this could not be 2 and 8, because it can't be in between. What does that mean? Does that mean anything? I'm not sure. Maybe let's go back to this. So this one has to be here. This one has to be here. This one has to be here. And this one has to be here. So it cannot be the same, right? So this number cannot be the same as any of these. Oh, or any of these. Interesting. It has to be one of those two. So it could be that this is orange, right? So the orange has to be one of those 6. The green also has to be one of these 6. The green has to be one of these 6. Okay, let's assume yellow and orange are outside of pink and green. If that's the case, this orange would have to be one of these. So then pink and orange would have to be one of these. So yellow is also outside. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. So we know, okay, so we assume orange and yellow are outside pink and green, right? Therefore, this cannot be orange or yellow. Both orange and yellow are here. It can't be here. It can't be here. Therefore, both of these would have to be orange and yellow. But purple is also there, and purple is different. So this orange and yellow cannot be outside of pink and green. In addition, we know because of that, it's also the reverse also works too, right? Say green and pink are outside yellow and orange. Therefore, pink and green can't be here. Pink and green eliminate all those. So these two have to be pink and green. but it also has to be yellow, which is a completely different number. So that's not possible either. Therefore, one of them is on outside the other, which is outside. So basically, either like the lower of pink and green is either outside or inside of yellow and orange. But the other one specifically has to be outside. Right? So for example, okay, so you cannot have something like 1, 9, and 2 and 8, right? It just doesn't work, right? Because 1 and 9 cannot both be here. 1 and 9 would both have to be there, and 2 would have to be there, right? Which is not possible. So it has to be like some combination of like 1, 8, 2, 9, or this could be 9, and this could be 3, or 4, or whatever. And essentially, yeah. So one of these, so one of green or pink is inside. The other one has to be outside and therefore is here. And it's the same way with both ways. So this is yellow, pink, or green. This has to be yellow, pink, or green, and that's it. Like it's a guarantee. Right? Because we know again the yellow and pink and orange cannot both be outside pink and green. Therefore, one of them has to be inside, but the other one does have to be outside. So therefore, it cannot be part of this. It cannot be part of this. So it has to be one of these. Similarly, this is one of yellow or orange, right? So either yellow, orange, or pink is 4. We know that for certain. So either this is 4, or this is 4, right? What else does this tell us? We don't really have a completely similar situation here, right? This color, it could be here or it could be here. We just don't know. Interesting. Okay, one thing we do know about this cannot be part of here, right? Because it can't be any of the in-betweens, and it can't be the other end of the in-between line, and it can't be any of these. So it has to be one of these, which means it has to be one of those. So this could be pink. We also know it can't be any of these in-betweens. It can't be that. It could be any of these 3. It can't be this one. So orange has to be one of these. Right, so this part is not as easy, right? Because it doesn't interact the way that these have to interact. So orange, yellow, pink, and green are interesting. Because one has to be, so one has to be 4. That's interesting. I think that forces the other one to be 9, right? So say one of these is 4, right? You have 4 numbers in between, so therefore the other side cannot be 1. But you have 4 in between, so it's 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the 4 that have to be in between. And so the other end has to be 9. So we know there's a 4 and a 9. So the 9 is on the outside, definitely. Right? So we have 4 and 9. So either the purple is 4 and the green would be 9. Or the yellow or the orange is a 4 and the other one's a 9. So if this is 4 and 9, this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. If this is 4 and 9, this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? What does that mean, though? So if this is 4, this has to be 9. So none of these can be 9. Hmm. If this is 4, this is 9, which means none of these are 9. If this is 4, this is 9, which means none of those are 9. If this is 4, this is 9, which means none of these can be 9. So this specifically cannot be 9. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any of those are allowed. One of these has to be 4 and 9. Or this is 4 and 9. So let's just go and assume this was 4 and 9, right? This would have to be 5, 6, 7, 8. This would have to be 9. This is obviously 4. This can't be 4 or 9. This can't be 4 or 9. The 4 has to be in the middle, so 4 has to be in between here. So this could be 1, 2, or 3, or 6, 7, 8, right? Can it ever be 5? No. So this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, or 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, or 8. So this would be 4, which would mean this is 1, 2, 3. So whichever one is 6, 7, or 8 here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. The 4 would have to be here. Where's the 9? The 9 is here, so this is 9. This is 4. 9 cannot be on either end of these. So 9 cannot be, well, 9 couldn't be an in-between anyways. So 9 has to be one of these 3. Oh, this can't be 9. Interesting. Okay, so then this forces this to be 9, which cannot be gray. So that's interesting. So we know this is gray. This is 9. This is 9. 9 has to be one of these 2. 9 has to be one of these 3. So this could be 9. None of these could be 9. So this can't be 9. None of these could be 9. So 9 is either here or here. 9 could be any of these 3. 9 cannot be here. 9 could be any of these 4. So we know this is 1, 2, and 3. So one of 1, 2, or 3 is here, right? Either this is 1, 2, or 3, or this is 1, 2, or 3. Therefore, this cannot be 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's interesting. This is also 5, 6, 7, 8. Hmm. So this can't be 9. This can't be 9. This could... Wait, no. These both could be 9, right? Any... 9 would have to... Oh. This is 9. I don't know how I did 8 there. Interesting. So what does that say about these 4? I mean, it's possible all these 4s are over here, right? We also have 1 out of 1, 2, or 3 there, too. Oh, wait. It's okay. So this can't be... Yeah, this can't be purple. This is the purple. So this has to be yellow. This cannot be purple. This is yellow or orange. Which means that one has to be here. Hmm. That is interesting, though. Does that really tell us anything, though? Not really that certain. Okay, so we do know there's a 5, 6, 7, 8 here. So one of them has to be yellow or orange, and then this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, and that has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think we figured out something. I think this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, right? If say this was the 5, 6, 7, 8, this would be 4, that would be 9. This would be 1, 2, 3, and 9, 3 of those possibilities. But we know one of these is 1, 2, 3, and one of them has to be 6, 7, or 8. So all the 1, 2, or 3s would be taken care of here. All the 1, 2, or 3s would be taken care of here. Right? And therefore, this would be 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be 5, 6, 7, 8. And 2 out of these 3 would be 5, 6, 7, 8. Or actually, this would be 6, 7, 1. This would be 6, 7, or 8. Or this would be 6, 7, or 8. And the other one would be 5, 6, 7, or 8. So I think this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So if this is the opposite, if it was this side, say this is 4 and that's 9. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. This would have to be 1, 2, 3 with 4 or 9. This would be the other 4 or 9. This one of these two would have to be 1, 2, 3 or 6, 7, or 8. So this would be 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know this one specifically has to be 5, 6, 7, or 8. We don't know anything else. And this can't be 9. So we know 8 has to be one of these sets or here. We don't know which, though. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what that tells us. If this is 5, this has to be 1 then. Right? Oh no, it could be 8. If it's 5, it's 1, 2, or 8. If it's 6, it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's interesting. So this can never be 7, right? If this is 7, it's not 3 away from 5 or 8 or anything in betweens. Same with 6. If this is 6, it has to have at least 2 in between it and this number. So if it's 6, it could be 5, 4, and that would have to be 3, or 6, 7, 8, and this would have to be 9. So it cannot be 6 either. It could be 1 through 5. So if it's 5, that could be 6, 7. This would be 8, right? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Hmm. What happens if it's 8? Hmm. So one of these is 4, 9. The 4 is obviously in between. So if it's 4 here, it doesn't have to be in between, right? It could be here, right? If this is 4 and this is 4, 9, it doesn't have to be in between. Hmm. We don't know that the 9 is either one of these two. It could be the 9's here, and this is 4. So then this would be 4. Okay, let's just do that one. Say this is 9. This is 4. This has to be 9. This would also have to be, so this would be 5, 6, 7, 8. This would have to be 1, no, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So this would be 9. Okay, so this can't be 9. So this would have to be 9. So this would be green or purple. This would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. This would be 1, 2, 3. This would be 1, 2, 3. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 of 1, 2, so this would be 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 2 that are in between. Oh, wait. That doesn't work. That does not work. Where is purple here? Purple can't be 4, and it can't be 9. And those are both taken there, right? If this is 4 and 9, this is the 4, and this has to be 9. And I think it reverse works that way too, right? Does it reverse work that way? Yes, it does have to, right? If this is 4 and this is 9, the 9 would have to be here. So, and the 9 can never be in between, so this would have to be 9. But this can't be 4 or 9, and where is the purple? The purple has to be one of those two. Therefore, that does not work. Therefore, we know exactly what that number is. So this cannot be 4 or 9. This is the 4. So this is 4 and this is 9. So this has to be purple. So we know that's purple. This can't be purple. This can't be purple. This is yellow or orange. So this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. This has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 9. One of 1, 2, or 3 is either in one of these two. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. This has to be 5, 6, 7, or 8. So this is 4, this is 9. So the 9 cannot be here. We know this is 9. So this is green. So this cannot be purple. So we know 4 is here. This is 9. So this can't be 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 9. Therefore, this is the 9. So we can remove green. Not helping us. We know the 9's there. Yellow has to be one of these two. So this is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 9's here. Okay, so then we know this is 9. This can't be 9. 9 has to be one of those two. 9 has to be one of those 4. 9 could be everything in box 8. 9's one of those two. These can't be 9. So 9 is one of these 3. So the 4 is in between. So any of these could be 5, 6, 7, 8. This cannot be 1. Cannot be 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, no 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the, yeah, that's interesting. So this cannot be 1, 8, or 9. This cannot be 1, 8, or 9. Oh, interesting. So we have a situation now. Okay. This can't be gray. Right? So we know this is gray, this is gray. So gray has to be one of those. Gray could be one of those. Okay, so this no, it still could be gray. We know gray is one of those. We don't know where. I think, okay. So I think this situation is similar, right? If these two ends are outside these two, so these two ends, say, are outside these two, gray cannot be here, so gray would have to be here. Hold up. This is yellow, and we know the other one's 9. So this one has to be in between in between these two. It has to be. Okay, so this one cannot be these 3. It cannot be yellow, and it cannot be 9. So this one has to be in between. Therefore, this cannot be 8. If this was 8, none of these are 8. So this cannot be 8. So this has to be 5, 6, or 7. Which means this cannot be 5, right? If this is 5, this would have 6 and 7. It just basically can't be 5. So this green has to be in between. Gray could be in between. Hmm. We also know green is in between one of these two. So green has to be in between because it cannot be yellow and it cannot be 9. This is yellow orange. The other yellow orange is here. And we have this one. So the yellow and orange form either a 1, 2, 3 or a 6, 7, 8, right? Wait. This, so this cannot be 1. But where are these 3 in this set? 9 has to be here. Where are the 1, 2, 1 to 2 out of 1, 2, or 3, right? They cannot be part of the yellow because they're not yellow. They can't be part of the 9. They can't be part of this. They have to be in here, which means this has to be 2 and 3. 1 can never be here. Therefore, this is 2, 3, 9. So this can't be 2, 3. This can't be 2, 3. This has to be 2, 3, which means a 1 has to be one of these. So this cannot be 1. So one of these is 1, which means this can't be 1. So this has to be the 1. So this is 2, 3, 9. 2 and 3 are here. So it could be 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be 2, 3, 4, 6. It could be 2, 3, 4, 7. Any of those are valid. So this is 1. This we don't know. Okay, 1 cannot be here either. So 1 is either here, here, or here, right? We also know 2 cannot be here. 3 could potentially be here. Hmm. It could be 6, 7. Yeah, I keep thinking about that. So we know 2 and 3 are here. This cannot be 2 and 3. So either this is 1 or this is 1, which means this cannot be 1. This cannot be 1. This could be 9 here, though. So 1 cannot be here. So 1 is either here or here. 1 is one of those 3. So this has to be 2, 3, 4, and the green, right? We know the green's here. And it's 2, 3, or 4. Okay. I think this coloring's all good. Pink doesn't help us anymore. Okay, what about these? Hmm. If this is 5, this has to be 8. Right? If this is 5, this is 8, this is 6, 7. It cannot be 3, 4, so that cannot be 2. Okay, can this ever be 5? If this is 5, you can only have 2 and 8 next to it, or in between. And that would be 3, 4, or 6, 7, but we needed a third one. So this can never be 5. So also we know this has to be here. We know that for certain. Um, it could, however, be one of these. We don't know which one. Obviously, can't be any of these. Can't be those. It could be any of these. Hmm. Right, we know that's one or that's one. Um, this is 1, 6, 7, 8. It cannot be 5. Oh, okay. No. No, it doesn't. There's nothing there. Never mind. I thought there was something there, but no, not really. Right? We know one of these is 6, 7, or 8. It has to be. So either this is 8 and this is 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, but the problem is there could be 2, right? So either of these two could be here. So blue cannot be this one. Blue could be any of those. Gray could be any of those. One has to be one of those 3. 4 could be in between, and in fact, it's very likely. So if this is 4, this is 7, so this is 5, 6. Oh, that's interesting. If this is 4, that's 7, so the 7 would have to be here. So this would have to be 1, 8, 1, 8. Hmm. Right, the worst would be this would be 1 and 9. Because this could be anything then. This still could be 9 with this 6, 7, 8, right? Okay, we know the blue has to be there. We know the gray has to be there. We don't know anything else right now. Okay, 8 cannot be here. So this is 2 through 7. This is also... Oh, this can't be 2 through 7. This is 3 through 7. Interesting. So either that's 1 or that's 1. This could be 9. It could be 1. So everything from 1 through 8, 2 through 8 is possible here. Hmm. What happens if this is 1? This would have to be 6, 7, 8. 1 is one of those. 1 cannot be one of... So this one would have to be a 1. Which means 1 would have to be one of those two. Does that really tell us anything? Well, it just can't be 2 anymore. What does that mean then? Okay, so then say this one was 2 or 8, right? So obviously the other 2 or 8 would have to be here. So this could not be 2 or 8. That would be 2 or 8. So one of 2 or 8 would have to be here. Right, so this could not be 2 or 8. So this would be 2 or 8, this would be 2 or 8, so this could not be 8. Which interesting means that's 8, so this can't be 8. Right. That doesn't still tell us very much. Oh, this can't be 2 or 8 either. So this would have to be interesting. So this would have to be 3 and 7. So the other 3 and 7 would be here. One of 3 or 7 would be here. Therefore, this can't be 3 or 7. This would be 2. So since that's 2, this would have to be 2. Aha! I don't know what that tells us. I mean, that does tell us something. But that's only assuming that the 1 was there and that this was a 2, 8. Right? What happens if it's like a 2, 7? Right? So assume this was 1. Say this was a 2 and a 7, right? So obviously this... Okay, so 7 could not be here. So this can't be 1. This can't be 7. So this would have to be... Well, 7 could be here. We know that the 7 would be here. This would have to be 2. So no 1, 2. This has to be 1. This can't be 7. Right? This can't be 7. So the 7 would have to be here, which means the 7's one of these 5. This can't be 2 anymore, so this has to be 2, which makes this 3. So this can't be 2 or 3. Which means 3 can't be here. So since the 3's here, that would mean this is 3, so this can't be 3. Aha, and that's a contradiction. So I think, in general, we know where the 1 has to be. Right? Okay, so maybe, yeah, it's just 1. Take a look at 1. So if this is 1, none of these can be 1. Therefore, 2 can't be here, because this has to be between 2 and 8. Right? So this can't be 1. If this is 1, this is 6, 7, 8. Right? And whatever. So if this is 1, 2 can't be here. We know 1 of 2, 3, or 4 is here. Right? Oh. We also know this is 1, right? So the 4 has to be here. Well, okay, so assume the 4 was here. This would have to be 4. So if this is 1, there cannot be a 2 here. So 2 is one of these, right? So either 2's here. So assume 2 is not here, right? Say this is 3 or 4. Therefore, this could not be 3. You can't have a 6 either if it's not 3 or 4. So you have 1 of 3 or 4 here. Okay, let's assume there's a 2, right? Say this is 2. The problem is if one of these is 2, this can't be 2, right? So therefore this has to be 2, which forces this to be 3. But this can't be 2 or 3. The 3 can no longer be in between, so the 3 would have to be here. So this can't be 3. And then you have 5, 6, 7, 8, which is not possible. So then if this is 1, this cannot be 2. We've shown that. So this would have to be between 3, have to be 3 or 4. So this cannot be 3. So 6 is out here, right? If this is 6, this would have to be 5 and 3 and then 2. So this can't be 6. It could be 7 still. So say this is one of these is 3 then. So then we have a 3 here. We do have a 2 in one of these slots. So if this is 2, so this is 3. So this cannot be 3. This can no longer be 6, right? Oops. Yeah, it can't be 6. It's 3 and 7, or it's 3 and 8, or it's 4 and 8. So 3, let's say, this is 3 or 4. Hold up. Okay. So, yeah, if 1 is, we know 2 cannot be. So this is 3 and 8, or 3 and 7, or 4 and 8. The 2 obviously would have to be one of those 4. Say one of these is a 2. So if this is 2, this has to be 2. So this could not be 2, which means the 2 would be here. So far this is okay. So if this is 2, so say this was 2, right? This would have to be 3. This can't be 2. This can't be 2. Can't be 3, 5. This is 6, 7, 8. So the 6, 7, or 8 would have to be there. Therefore, the 3, we don't know. We don't know about that either. So this is still valid. 1 of 6, 7, or 8. This one has to be here. So the question becomes, can this be 2 and 8, right? So if this was 2 and 8, say it was 2 and 8, we would know 2 or 8 had to be here. 2 or 8 had to be here. This would have to be 3. So all this is valid. So this cannot be 3. This cannot be 8. So this would have to be 3 or 4. This would have to be 7 or 8. 8 would eliminate all that. So this cannot be 8. So this would have to be 7. This would be a 2-8 pair. So you'd have 5, 6, 7. So this would have to be 5. This would be 7. Because you have to have... it has to be 5, 6. It cannot be 6, 5, 4. It'd have to be 6, 5, 3. So this would be 7. You'd have 5, 7. This would have to be 6, but this would also have to be 8. Interesting. So then we know then this cannot be 2 and 8. Oh, right? Both of these in-betweens would then have to be, so the red would have to be here. The pink would have to be here. So red and pink are both valid. Okay, but then we have a similar situation, right? In that the red would have to be, one of the red or pink would have to be here, and the other red or pink would have to be here. So one of them could be here, and then the other one would have to be in there. So, and this is the same for the blue and the gray. So one of them could be here, and then the other one would have to be inside. Huh. I don't know what that tells us, though. So one of red or pink would be here. One of blue or gray would be there. So it would have to be one on the inside, one on the inside, one on the outside, one on the inside, one on the outside. It can never be two on the inside and one on the outside there. So hmm. Well, yeah, we know this can't be 6. If this is 5, this could be 6. So this would be 6, 9. This would be 5. Oh, wait. Hold up. I think we found something here. Can this ever really be 5? If this is 5, this has to be 8 with it. Right? Because it cannot be 5, 3, 2. That would have to be 1. If this is 5, it has to be 6, 7, and that's 8. Oh, but this could be 1. I do think, though, that this can't be 6, right? If this is 6, that means this has to be in between 1 and 6. So this would has to be 5. And if this is 5, this is 6, 7, 8. So the 6 cannot be here. It could be 7, and this would be 6, right? Or it could be 7. No, okay. Cannot be 7, and this is 5. So if this is 5, this has to be 1, interestingly enough. Right? If this is 5, this is 8. This has to be 1 then. So this is 6, 7. This would have to be 5. Hmm. Wait, hold up. No, no, yeah. If this is 6, the 5 has to be here, which means that's 5. But then that would force this to be 6, 7, 8. So that's not possible. If this is 7, this could be 6 also. So this could be 6, 5, 3, and that's 2. Now that's interesting. Okay. So if this is 1, this has to be 7 or 8. But if this is 5, that becomes... Okay, so first of all, this would be 1. So this cannot be 1. That means this cannot be 2. So the 2's here or here. This can no longer be 5 because then it would have to be 6, 7, 8 if that's 5. So this has to be 6 or 7. And since it can't be, that can't be 8 then, so this has to be 6, 7, or 8. So one of 2, 3, or 4 is here, and this is one of 6, 7, or 8. So 5 would have to be here, which means this is 6 or 7. So this is 5. This can't be 6 anymore. This is 7 or 8. Oh, interesting. This blue has to be here. I guess this could be 7, and that would be 8. That's valid. So if this is 1, okay, so then we have red and pink, right? Red has to be here. Pink has to be here. If it's 7, it could be 5 and 6. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, hold on. Okay, so these are still all valid. So can this be 5? If this is 5, this becomes 8. This has to be 6 and 7. So this becomes 1. This cannot be 1, so this is 6 or 7. This has to be 5. So it cannot be 1 or 5. So this becomes 6, 7, 8. This is 1. This is 9. So obviously no 1, no 1, no 9. This can't be 8. Therefore we know this is 8. So this can't be 8. Therefore the 7 can't be in between. So this is 8, which can be with 2, 3, or 4. This can't be 8. Therefore we know this is 8, so this can't be 8. So this becomes 6, 7, 6, 7. One of 2, 3, or 4 is here. So far this seems fine. 8 is one of these two. So this could be 9, or it's 2 or 3. Cannot be 2. So then this is 2 or 3. So either that's 9, 8, and this is 2, 3. Or this is 9, this could be 2 or 3, and one of these is 2 or 3. Seems okay. Um. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. So obviously that can't be 1. It could be 2. No, it can't be 2. If this is 2, this would have to be 3 or 4. So it cannot be 2, cannot be 3, cannot be 4. Could be 5 or 9. Now that's interesting. It cannot be 5. If this is 5, that has to be 2 at least, and that would be 3, 4, 3, 4. But one of those would have to be 3 or 4. So this cannot be 5. It could potentially be 6. So this cannot be 5, 6, and 7. So this can't be 4. So this is 2 or 3. So far, this looks okay. Hmm. Can this be 6? 6 and 2. So you have 2 out of 3, 4, 5. But you would have another 2 out of 3, 4, 5. So it cannot be 6. So this would have to be 7 or 9. This seems okay. Hmm. Uh, uh. Oh, where does 1 have to be? Okay. One thing we do know. Okay, so that's... We do know some information. I didn't think about it. Ugh, that was not good. This or this is 1. If this is 1, obviously eliminates 1 from there. If this is 1, that eliminates 1 from here, but that has to be 1. So we know the 1 is one of these. So this cannot be 1. Therefore, and this can't be 1. So this cannot be 2. So we know this is 1 for certain. So 1 could be one of these 3. So again, the 1 is either here or here, right? If it's here, then the 1 would have to be here in this one. If this is 1, this would have to be 1, which means that can't be 1. This can't be 1. The 1 has to be there. So the 1 is one of these 3. So therefore, the 1 gets eliminated here. The 1 gets eliminated here. This can't be 1. Because there's no 1 here, the 2 is the one that can be the outermost. So the 2 cannot be here. So we know this is 1 for certain. Okay, so then we have that information now. So that would be 1, that would be 1. This is 9, that's 9. So 1 has to be one of these 2. 1 cannot be this, so 1 is one of those 4. Right, so 1 is one of those. So we know the 2 has to be one of these 4. So if this is 2, this becomes 2. Okay, say the 2 was not one of these. It's possible. So if the 2 is not one of these, oh, that's interesting. Again, we have this situation, right? Now we know for certain this is red and this is purple. Say this is not 2. This cannot be 3 then, which means 3 is either here or here, right? But that means, I guess it could be still here. No, because it would have to be this. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Hmm. This could still be 1. So no 4. This could still be 9. So we still have 2 through 8 here. We still have 2 through 8 here. This, however, we know cannot be 1 or 9. Because the 9's here, the 1 is one of these two. Okay, so... Oh, interesting. This has to be 2 or 3. Right? Either the red is 2 or 3, or the pink is 2 or 3. There is no 4 either way. You can't have 5 because the minimum would have to be 6, 7, 8 in between, and there's no 9 in between there. Therefore, the 2 or the 3 has to be here. So we know one of the 2 or 3 is here. So this cannot have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9. So this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8 here specifically. So this has to have a 5, 6, 7, 8. One of these is 2 or 3. If it's 3, that's interesting. So say this is 3. If it's 2, obviously 2 would have to be here. So this cannot be 2. If it's 3, say this was 3 or this was 3. So if it's 2, one of these is 2, so these couldn't be 2. If it's 3, either the purple is 3 or the red's 3, which makes that 2, which means that can't be 2, which means the 2 has to be here. So either way, this cannot be 2. If it's 2, that could still be 3. So that's still possible. But the 2 is eliminated. Therefore, we know this can't be 2. So this can't be 3. So we know there's a 1, 2, 3, and a 6, 7, 8. So there has to be a 2 also somewhere here. And the 2 cannot be this one. So this has to be 2. So this is 3 through 7. 3 through 8. So whatever the blue is here. Whatever the gray is here. So this can no longer be 2. And since this can't be 2, that means this can't be 6. So we know the 6 is here, so this cannot be 6. Right? If this is 6, it would have to be with 5 and 3, which would make 2. But we know the 2 cannot be there anymore because one of these is 2 or 3. And since one of these is 2 or 3, if this is 2, obviously then one of these have to be 2 also. So that can't be 2. So blue and gray cannot be 2 then. If it's 3, one of these has to be 3, which makes that 2. So that can't be 2, which means that's 2. So again, gray and blue cannot be 2. So we know there's a 2. We also know there's a 3 somewhere here, right? So this is 2 or 3. Or 3. We don't know if it's 2 and 3. We know the 2 is here. 6 can no longer be 5, 4, 3 with 2. So this can't be 6. So we know the 6 is here. Actually, we don't know the 6 is there. But, okay, so... Right, this becomes 2, 3. So we have... That's 1. Oh, wait. Ooh, I see something that I might have messed up. This could just be 1. No, we know. Okay, we know the 2 can't be there. We know the 2 can't be here. Right, because one of these is 2 or 3. Oh, it can't be 5 either then. One of these can't be 5, right? If this was 5, what can it be with? It would have to be with, it would have to, in between would have to be 3, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, but that would require 1 or 9. So this cannot be 5. This could still be 2 and 6. So again, this is 2 or 3. One of pink and one of pink or one of red is 2 or 3. Again, if it's 2, that means this is 2. So gray and blue cannot be 2. If it's pink, or sorry, if it's 3, that means one of pink or red is 3, and that becomes 2. That which eliminates a 2 there, which means the 2 has to be here, which means again, gray and blue can't be 2. And so both times it eliminates 2 from here. So this can't be 2 either. So this can't be 1 or 2. This could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 3 has to be one of these 3. So the 3 could always be in the middle here. We do know also 3 is on the outside here. We don't know where, though. Okay, this can't be 6 anymore, right? 6 would require 3, 4, and 5, and then 2. So this can't be 6. We know... It's 3, 4, and 7, 8, right? No, it could add additional ones. We just know that the 1, 2, and 3 are outside. So this can't be 2. So this is... Can't be 1, can't be 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6... No, 9. Okay. One of these is 2 or 3. If this is 4, this has to be with 8. Okay, so this can't be 6 anymore. Again, it could be 5, and this would be 8. If this is 5, this is 8. This would have to be 6, 7, so this is 1. If this is 7, it could be 6, 5. Yeah, it could be 6, 5, and this is 4. And this would have to be 8. Huh, interesting. This can't be 7 either, right? Yeah, if this is 5, this has to be 6, 7, and that's 8. So this can't be 7. This would have to be 1. Otherwise, it's 7, in which case that can't be 7. So this can't be 7 either way. So this is 1 or 8. If this is 1, this has to be 8. That's interesting. So this can't be 7 either, right? If that's 5, it has to be 7. It has to be 1 here. Otherwise, it's 7, and that can't be 7. So if this is 5, the 7's along here. So the 7 is always here. So this can't be 7. That's interesting. So this could be 7. This can't be 6 anymore, right? And because it can't be 6, it couldn't be 8. Why couldn't it be 8? Yeah, because 8 would have to be in the inside, which is not possible, right? So the 7 always is here. So if it's 5, this is 6, 7, that's 8. Otherwise, this is 7. It could be 6, 5, 4, but it could also be 6, 5. Whoa, wait. Isn't this always 5, 6, 7? I think this is always 5, 6, 7. If it's 7, what can it be? With 3, it would be 6, 5. With 4, it'd be 6, 5. And with 5, this has to be 6, 7. So this is 5, 6, 7. Huh, interesting. Huh. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9. So no 9, no 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9. Right, so this has to be 5, 6, 7. This cannot be 8 and 9. So this is 2, 3, and 8. Cannot be 7. We have 1's already accounted for, and 2, 3, 8's then are possible. So this has to be 5, 6, 7, interestingly enough. Huh. So 8 has to be one of these 3. No, sorry, these 4. 8 also has to be one of, well, it has to be one of these 5. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so if this is 5, this has to be 8, which means that can't be 8. If this is 7, oops, stop, 7. This is 3 or 4. This can't be 7. The 7 has to be here. This is 1 or 8. This is 1 or 8. So this would be 5, 6. This would be 8. So this would be 7 or 8. This can't be 7. So the 7 would be here, which means that can't be 7. I mean, that still seems plausible. Hmm. Oh, I do... Okay. Okay, what happens if... I think I tried this once. What happens if this is 2 and 8? If this is 2 and 8, that would mean this is 2 and 8. So gray and blue cannot be 2 or 8. So at minimum would have to be 3 and 7, which is possible. So this would be 4, 5, 6. So the 2 and so this could not be 2 and 8. This would have to be 3 and 7. And the 3 and 7 could be here. So this would be 3 and 7. This would be 2 and 8. So this would be 4. We would have a 5 or 6. So if it's 2 and 8, so again, if this is 2 and 8, 2 and 8, 2 and 8, one of these is 2. So therefore that makes this 3. So that's fine. 2 and 8. So this could not be 8. We have 1 of 5, 6, or 7 here. This could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 2 or 8, so this cannot be 8. No 8. So this becomes... This can't be 8, so this has to be 7. So we know this can't be 7. So this would have to be 7 and 3, right? So this would be 4, 5, 6. So this would have to be 1. This would be 8. This would have to be 7. So this could not be 9. One thing, okay, we didn't do one part correctly. This could actually be 2 or 3 or 8. Right? Because the 9 could be here. This would be 8 and 1. That could be 2 or 3. Yep, those are all valid. But again, okay, let's go back to the assumption. This is 2 or 8. This is 2 or 8. So therefore, this would have to be 3. This is fine so far, right? No 8, 5, 6, 7. 1 of 5, 6, 6, 7's there. This is 2 or 8, so this cannot be 8. This can't be 8. This becomes a 3, 4, 3, 4 pair, so this can't be 3. This is 7. This can't be 7 or 8. This becomes 4, 5, 6, so this becomes a 3. This is a 4. This cannot be 3. So 3 would have to be here. This has to be 7. So this has to be 1 and 8. So this would be 7 here. No 1, 7, no 7, no 7, 8. No 7, 8. No 1. This can't be 8, therefore this is 8. So this is a 2, 8 pair with a 3. So that's not possible. So this cannot be 2 and 8. Okay. I don't know what that means though. Right? Because this could be 2, 7 just as well. And then this would be 3, 8. And that actually kind of works. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, let's say it's 3, right? Maybe that will allow us ability to see what could be. If it's 3 in something, that means this would have to be 2. So this could not be 2. So this would have to be 2, which means that can't be 2. This is 3 then. So the 3 would have to be one of these 4. Right, we assumed it's 3. It can no longer be 6 either. Right, because it could be 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, or 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8, etc., etc. So 2 cannot be here. Therefore, well, we already knew the 2 was always there, right? This seems legitimate too, though. Okay, we just know it can't be 2 and 8. It could be 2 and 7, in which case the other one's 3 and 8 or 4 and 8. Can it ever be 3, 7? Maybe we try attack it that way. So say this is 3, 7. So this is 3, this is 7. So this can't... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, it cannot be 3, 7, right? Oh, no, it could be. This is 3, which forces this to be 7. Right, yeah. So then this becomes 5, 6. No 3, no 3, no 3. This becomes 4, 5, 6. This has to be a 2, 3 pair. So the 7 is here. This can't be 6. So this is 1, 7, 8. So this cannot be 8. This cannot be 3. This can't be 3. This would have to be 4. No, 3, 4. So the 4 would have to be here. Again, this can't be 3, so none of these are 3. So it has to be 2. So this is 3. This is 3 in between. 7 cannot be here. So this is 2, 6. This is 2, 5, and 6. But since this is 2, 5, 6, this cannot be 5. So it cannot have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this would have to be 6. This would be 5 and 6. So you'd have 2, 8 here, which means this can't be 2 and 8. But that's 6. Okay. So we've shown it cannot be 3 and 7. So it has to be 8. So either this is 8 or this is 8. So either way, this can't be 7. So we know the 8 is one of these. It cannot be here. So this could be, So one of these 3 is 8. Right? Either this is 8 or this is 8. And if this is 8, that has to be 8, right? So there cannot be any 8s here. So this is 8, which means this can't be 8. So this is between 2 and 7. So this can't be 7. So this is 3 or 4. Ah. This is 3 or 4. One of these is 3 or 4, and that's 3 or 4, which means this cannot have a 3 or 4. So so this has to be 2. So we know there's a 2 here, which makes this 3. So that's 3 in the corner. This can't be 3. This has to have a 3. It has to have a 4. And then it's 1 of 5 or 6, and we don't know which. Okay, so 3 or 4 is here. This is 3 or 4. This is also 8, so this cannot be 8. Ah, this is 8, so this can't be 8. Which means this has to be 8 because this can't be 8. Therefore, this is the 1 here. So this is 1. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. Since that can't be 1, this can't be 2 anymore. So 2 has to also be one of these 4. This can't be 1. Therefore, this is the 1. This can't be 1. This is 6 or 7, so this can no longer be 7. So this is 5. So the 5 has to be one of these 3. This can't be 5. This has to be 9. This can't be 5. Can't be 5. So this has to be 8. So this can't be 8. This can't be 8. This is 3 or 4. So this is 1, 3, or 4. This has to be either... This has to be 2 and 8. So this has to be 3. Right? If this becomes 4, where this would have to be 3 and 4 with 1. So this has to be 3. Which means this is 1, 4. Or sorry, 1, 3. This is 6, 7. This can't be 8. So this can't be 2 anymore. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 9. Or 1, 2, 9. This can't be 9. 9. This can't be 8. No 3. This can't be 3. This can't be 2, 3, 4, or 5. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So this can't be 3. No 6, 7. This is 4, 5. This cannot be 4, 5. So this is 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8. So this has to be 9. So this is 9. Which means this can't be 9. This can't be 9. These can't be 9. This can't be 9. So this is 9. So since that's 9, this can't be 9, which makes this 9, which makes that 1. So these can't be 1. So this has to be 1. These can't be 1. This can't be 3. This can't be 1 anymore, so the 2 is no longer valid here. However, okay, so this is 2. And this is 9. So this can't be 2. This becomes 3 and 1. This is 4. This can't be 9 anymore, so this is 3 and 2, which makes that 8 and 9. So this becomes a 2-5 pair, so this cannot be 2 or 5, which makes this a 4, this a 3, this can't be 8. So the 5 is there, so this can't be 5. This can't be 4, no 4 here. So the 8 is here, so this can't be 8, which means this can't be 8 or 7. The 8 has to be here. So this is 8 in purple. So this is 8, 2, 6, 7. So this could be 2. So this is 2, 2, 5, 6, 7. 2, 5, 6, 7. So this cannot be 2. The 5 has to be here. So this cannot be 5, which means this is 3, 4, 6, which means this is 2, 7. So this is 2, 7. This is 2, 7 with 8. So this is 5 and 6. This cannot be 5 and 6. This has to be 4 and 3. The 2 has to be one of them. And you could have a 5, 6, or 7 outside. So this cannot be 4. Therefore, this is 4. There's no 6 then here. Oops. There cannot be 6 here. So this is 2, 5, 7. This can't be 9. Therefore, this is 9. This can't be 4. So this has to be 4. This has to be 6, so that we have 5, 7, 5, 7. This becomes 7. This can't be 7. This can't be 3. We have 2 out of 6, 7, 8. So this could be 6, 7, or 8. We don't know which. The 2's here, so this can't be 2, which means this has to be the 2. So this becomes 7, 8. So this is 7, 2, 5. There's no 2. This can't be 5, so this is the 5. This can't be 6, so this is 7, 8, 6, 7, 6. This has to be 5 or 6, so this can't be 5 or 6, so this is... this is 5 or 6, this is 5 or 6, so there can't be a 5 or 6 anywhere there. So there's no 6. This is 2, 7, 8. This has to be 6 then. This is 5. This is 6. This can't be 2. This can't be 2. This can't be 6. So, what do we have now? This becomes 7 and 8. This is 7 or 8, so this is 2, 7, 8. Therefore, this is 3. This can't be 3. We have 1, 2. Okay, so this is 1, 2, and 8. So this is 8. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 5. So this can't be 1. This can't be 2 or 3. This has to be a 2. So this is 8, 1, 2. Which makes that 8, 2, 7, 8. This is 7. This has to be 6. Which makes that 5, 7, 2, 5, 8, 6. This is 8, 2. This is 7, 8. This is 5, 3, 1, 6, and 3. And now this has to be 6, and this is 5. We have 4 and 7, so this is 7, and that's 4. Woo! That was a lot of logic. Definitely very hard to puzzle. Have to go through all sort of the iterations that you have to go through. Yeah. I don't really have an intuitive sense right now of the between line puzzles. So, I mean, I guess I have a slight intuition because that, like, you're eliminating certain things on the outside. But, yeah, it's not completely ingrained in me. That was a tough one. I hope you enjoyed the solve. And if you, I guess I'll see, yeah. I hope you had fun. And I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.